Pakistan's Finance Bill 2026 restructures the income tax slabs, introduces a 9% surcharge on high earners, and slashes property withholding taxes. For most taxpayers, figuring out exactly what they owe means either blindly guessing and risking an audit or handing over hundreds of thousands of rupees to consultants just to establish a baseline. That guessing game is over. The AM Tax Hub now provides an open directory of 69 legally certified tax calculators. This is a free diagnostic engine designed to compute your exact financial liabilities. To figure out where you stand, we have to plot your financial profile on two axes: your source and income along the bottom, and your legal compliance status up the side. If you fall into the bottom half of this grid as a non-filer, you enter the penalty zone. This triggers automatic minimum fines of 10,000 rupees under Section 182 and instantly doubles the withholding taxes on your transactions. Securing active filer status moves you into the optimization zone. Here, you are eligible for legal tax credits and significantly lower withholding rates. Navigating the new FBR rules requires precise data. You have to map exactly where you sit in this matrix. Let's test this with our first profile, the salaried employee navigating Section 149. To run the calculation, you enter two variables: your gross monthly salary and tax year 2026. The calculator immediately runs your income against the updated FBR schedules, applying the progressive tax rates from 1% up to 35%. If your annual income crosses the 10 million rupee mark, the tool automatically adds the 9% high earner surcharge to your top bracket. The final output gives you the exact rupee amount your employer is legally obligated to deduct from your paycheck every single month. However, this tool computes your maximum gross liability. To protect your real income, you still need to claim your own legal exemptions, like zakat deductions under Section 60 or specific medical allowances. The calculator proves the amount your company should be withholding. Ensuring you receive the proper exemptions to maximize your take-home pay is your responsibility. Next, we evaluate the digital economy, IT freelancers, exporters, and retailers. For this profile, you input your total export proceeds, or your retail turnover, provided it stays under the 20 crore limit. The math here reveals significant relief. The withholding tax on commercial export proceeds has been cut to a minimum rate of just 1.25%. Eligible retailers also qualify for a simplified 1% fixed tax on sales, and the budget maintains this concessionary regime through tax year 2029. There is a strict requirement to access these rates. Every single rupee must flow through fully trackable legal banking channels. If you accept cash payments or bypass the banking system, you forfeit these protections. You will be subject to standard corporate tax brackets. For digital businesses, this tax relief is a mathematical certainty, but it requires moving entirely away from the informal cash economy. Finally, we look at capital movers, individuals buying or selling real estate and vehicles. The inputs are straightforward. You simply enter the total transaction value of the property or the vehicle. The tax year 2026 budget updated the rules for real estate, lowering the withholding tax on property purchases to 1.25%. But that favorable rate is strictly limited. It is only available to citizens who are currently on the FBR's active taxpayer list. This chart visualizes the non-filer penalty. The active filer pays the baseline rate, but the moment the buyer drops off the active list, the withholding tax doubles. This mathematical reality forces buyers to halt their transactions. They must file their tax returns before they can close a deal at the lower rate. When you are building wealth, remaining a non-filer results in an immediate loss of capital. The calculators show exactly how much that status costs you. These 69 calculators translate complex finance bills into simple numbers. Running them generates a PDF report defining your exact obligations. But an estimate is not a tax return. Compliance requires filing Form IRIS by the September 30th deadline. If you are a salaried employee with a simple asset profile, use the calculator to audit your payslip today and file your own return. If you have high net worth, multiple income streams, or a corporate entity, you can use the AmTax Hub client portal to hire their corporate division for official compliance. Ignorance of the law is no longer a viable defense when the tools to calculate your liability are free and instant. Calculate your exact tax liability today and file your official return by the deadline to secure your wealth against penalties.